Hello and welcome. This is Anna Maelstrom. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for giving me your time and sharing this moment with you. Today this is a bit of a different video and a bit of a different message. I have been, procrastinating a bit. I have been journaling. I have like my little notebook of notes that I journal in, and this is just to show how long I've been procrastinating before I started my channel. I opened this journal in 2025 early last year, and it was meant to be a place where I can journal input, messages, guidance that I receive from source or that I channel that are not of the reading variety, more of like food for thought, or like a tap onto to check the heartbeat and pulse of the collective status and mind and thought, where we are as a collective right now, what we need to focus on, what is necessary for us as a collective, as a human collective on this earth, in this timeline, this time and space, this dimension, to level up. And I always love the water. Water has always been something I'm drawn to. Probably because, fun fact, my North Node is in Pisces, so whenever I'm near water, I hear water. It's calming, it's soothing, it's healing. It just gives that sense of clarity, of cleansing, of life and the force. It can be calm, just like now, or like a few moments ago, it can be wild, just like how us as a being, fundamentally, we go through different waves in life of calm and of turbulence. And the first message that I ever got and journaled was on July of 2025, and it was about authenticity is your key to true freedom. I'm gonna read what I wrote and some excerpts from this journal, and just ask that you sit with it. I'm gonna do my best. I hope the volume and sound is okay. Also, quick reminder, I don't do comments on my video because the past few months, maybe even years, it has become apparent that many people are still in a place where they get triggered, and to the point where let's put the scammers and the bots aside, because I hate these bots and these scammers that just are swarming channels of any kind, but especially readers and healers and guides. They're swarming their channels and just taking advantage of those vulnerable souls who are on this journey of self-healing and finding themselves. And that's the first part of it. The second part is I know that as humans, every one of us goes through something, and every one of us has to walk through certain steps, and sometimes we like to bypass that. I've been guilty of this myself. I'm not excluding myself from this. We bypass that because we see something that triggers us, and it instead of sitting with that feeling, whether it's sadness, whether it's joy, whether it's anger, instead of sitting with that feeling and actually doing the work of going within and asking ourselves, why am I feeling this way? Why is this the first thought that I'm thinking? Why am I feeling the urge to either project an attack on a person who's living their life, or who's giving guidance or messages, or just trying to share a moment? Why is my first thought to be aggressive and hateful or spiteful or judgmental? Or other aspects is, why is my first reaction to, instead of, if I feel inspired, instead of going within and finding my own path that this inspiration is supposed to trigger, I then revert to either stealing, copycatting, creating AI videos and all that. Why is that the first thing we do? Or the other thing, which I find almost worse, because we are in a stadium right now, and I feel it's, for many of us, we have become isolated. Sometimes it's not by our own choosing, but I feel like right now the collective, the source, is purposefully being isolated. We are purposefully being put in a state. Oh, just a second. I'm gonna continue a bit. I'm gonna wait for the nice gentleman to go into the water. I don't want... Germany is very strict on protecting personal space and imagery, so I'm gonna wait until the gentleman is into the water, and then I can continue my filming. But in the meantime, I can continue my message. So yeah, we are collectively starved for true and honest connection, and the problem with that is that instead of realizing that we are being put in a spot where we have to reconnect with ourselves first, understand ourselves first, before we then can return or be put back into a state where we connect with other humans. It's easiest example that I'm getting called right now, I'm hearing like we are leveling when we grow up and go through different classes in school. You can't just put like primary school kids, you can't put them with high schoolers. Why? Because primary school kids have to learn certain lessons, have to go through a certain age of maturity until they are ready for high school, and then they graduate. And once the high schoolers, you can't put them with college students. They have a different level of maturity, and once they've matured and then they graduate, then they become college students. And it's like a step we have to all walk. And right now, as a collective, as humans, we are being called to some sort of isolation. There was a damn, I can't show you. There was a little butterfly, a yellow butterfly, as a confirmation. In order, we are being forced into isolation, not out of spite or out of how can we say, just out of failure on our part. Of course, some systems in this world have become so extreme that true human connection is fading more and more. There was a video, if you haven't watched it, my call to whimsy. We are losing color, we are losing individualism, we are losing authenticity, because the systems that are currently reigning are so powerful at oppressing and suppressing the authenticity, the growth, the light, that we no longer know who we are. We no longer know how to connect to ourselves. We no longer know how to be individually you without having to be envious or jealous of others, without feeling the need to oppress or victimize others to make yourself feel better, because inherently or inside you feel that there is something missing. And instead of going within and finding out what is it that is missing, fear and envy take over, and then it turns into oppression, it turns into sexism, it turns into racism, it turns into violence, it turns into exploitative companies, for example. So this is why right now, as a collective, we are being called to go inward. And this inward also means that we can no longer rely or also use like parasocial connectivity to bypass our own individual connectivity. So for example, I've seen a lot of readers get these parasocial comments that people live in this delusion or bypass the delusion and think that they know this person, or they are entitled to their energy or to their life path and stories, and that's just not the case. So in this aspect, right now, that's why I'm not using comments. I'm not doing this for money or any type of sponsorship. I just want to get the messages out there that I'm receiving. And if there should come a point where I should be guided to get any kind of compensation, then I will go with it. But for now, comments are going to stay off, because I need everyone, and I wish for everyone who comes across my videos to take a moment. Okay, the gentleman is gone on his canoe boat, so now we can see the waves again. Okay, we can just, whoever comes across my video, I want them to take the time to truly listen to the message, listen multiple times if you have to, and to truly reflect. If something is triggered inside of you, why is it? Sit with that feeling, journal, take a notepad and write down. And for example, what I did to also unlearn this hectic and fighting comment, because sometimes you feel that trigger, then you go down this rabbit hole of anger and hate and spite, and you're completely lost in this bubble of hate online. And sometimes these comments that trigger you are not even real people. It's an algorithm written with a purpose of explicitly trapping you in a cycle of anger and depravity and pain and mistrust, so that you don't even get the chance to reflect on what is really happening in the broad background, or why is it that you're feeling this way. So if you're here finding my videos and my readings and channels and it triggers something in you, if it's something positive, then I'm so happy. Then also sit down, write down what it is, and instead of going into long, desperate comments of, oh, I've seen those too, of parasocial projection, write that down for yourself and turn that to yourself, to your inner child. Write those things to your inner child and start a conversation with yourself. If you're feeling anger or hate or whatever, or spite, I want you to also take a pad, write that down. I'm hearing or feeling somebody say, the fuck I will. But again, valid. That's a point, that's an aspect of you that also shows then maybe you're not ready to receive it right now, or maybe you should then listen to it again, or go be angry, curse as much as you want. At the end of the day, it's part of this life, it's part of this energetic system we are all in right now. So if you feel anything, if you feel inspired, that's great. Then write that down for yourself. And I want you to start looking at readers or guides, not as definitive answers, but as like little possibilities. No matter who reads for you. Sometimes things align, sometimes messages hit. Sometimes you're in like, imagine like ley lines or waves. Sometimes you're standing and there is a wave that is so big it engulfs you, and then you're aligned with that wave, you're covered, you receive that message. And sometimes it's calm and nothing of the message is meant for you. You can just walk across the water and no wave will hit you, because it's not meant to. You're meant to have smooth sailing or find your own path. So no matter who you listen to, no matter whether it's tarot reading or cards or whatever, see these readings not as definitive answers or forecasts. Look at them more as little milestones on your way that will help you, to help realign you or re-guide you in a different path. But your free will always be trump. Your free will always surpass any type of fate or reading. So with that said, sorry for a bit of rambling, let's get into the message. I'm gonna read it just exactly as how I wrote it, and I hope it helps you all guys out there. I will also be doing 3 more readings coming up. I didn't have the time the past few days because I'm human as well. I've been going through a lot of things. This retrograde has been kicking my ass. I have been having to deal with a lot of things in the jurisdiction. How do you call it? With lawyers. I forget right now. Dealing a lot with lawyers, sorting out private stuff, sorting out my health, sorting out my finances, so cleaning house. And I'm willing to bet it's not just me. A lot of us are going through this. So let's just jump right into the channeling from July of 2025. Authenticity is your key to true freedom. Who are you? Truly, who are you? If you strip away everything you have collected over the years, from society and norms, struggles and traumas, successes and failures, beliefs, religions, appearances and status, passions and habits, what is your true essence? What is it that truly gives you the strength to wake up, move, live, exist in life? The same force that governs nature, seasons, time is the same force. And time is the same force that governs us in our human state. Yet we are less and less outside, less and less inclined to actually truly stop and smell the roses, admire a plant, an animal, a fellow human from a genuine place of compassion and curiosity, not of competition, envy, or jealous, or hate, or judgment. No matter the season, nor the impact of humans on our earth, she still is just that, earth. She does not hide our strength, whether it's the tall rocks and mountains, storms or floods, hot lava or tornadoes. We learn to live with the power around us that could potentially destroy us, yet miraculously does not completely, not always. She does not hide her treasures and beauty. We find food, medicine, and calm from all that grows on her. So why is it that of all the creatures on this planet, we humans are seemingly the only ones not living as who? Seemingly, wait, one hand turn. Seemingly living as who we truly are. We hide our strengths to either appease others or cause damage to those unassuming. We forfeit our beauty for superficial augmentations, poisons, and external approvals. We wear masks that in turn cause us to live lives that are catering and tailored to a fake image, and wonder why we are unhappy, or why we feel empty, or why we are not free, or we feel envious of those who are living free. All the while, these masks cause us to attract the wrong friends, lovers, jobs, homes. The notion of hiding oneself and playing a role to survive or accomplish desires is so ingrained in us that to be truly free and ourselves again is the Odyssean task of humanity right now. It can be done, but it is something that will probably take a few generations to break. So here I am in an attempt to get a step towards this goal of living and thriving amongst fellow humans who are the full, beautiful aspect of themselves. Where a conversation is satisfying, even if it is a disagreement, because it is the essence of souls exchanging their true selves without hidden agendas or malice. This path takes courage and accountability like no other path in life. But I truly believe that if we decide to walk this path, and I mean truly walk it, we will become the true humans and children of this earth. We will return to what we were intended to be here, free, co-creating, living, not surviving, living. Yes, we will lose a lot along the way. Sometimes even everything. I always feel emotional when I read this, because right now I'm going through this, losing everything. But the freedom gained is like the winds of earth herself, uninhibited, unyielding, beauty grounded in our soul, unshaken by fads or trends. Strength defined and built by the challenges we face, and yet without corroding our hearts and sense of wonder. A connection to our home and each other that is so genuine and deep that hurting one another will become a foreign concept altogether. Being you, truly you, means the courage not only to accept yourself as you are, but also to acknowledge the flaws and the beauty that make up who you are. It means taking a path that requires you to reevaluate each and every decision made up until now, and to ask the hard questions, no matter how painful and devastating the answers will be, or how alone you will end up being for a while until you find new people or new connections or new relationships that are truly aligned to you, to your authentic and true self. It means giving your soul the authority and full power to take over and clear all that is no longer part of you, all the debris that is holding you back and harming you. This is no easy feat, and even I dread it, but we must. It is time. It is inevitable. It is our duty and calling right now. And as confirmation, look at that big old ship just coming through. Our ship is here for us and it's sailing. So we need to get on it and start doing the work and start being ourselves. That was the end of the message, and it always hits me because I also, every time I read it, I realize how important it is and how painful it's going to be to go on this journey knowing that sometimes the deepest friendships might turn out to betray you. You might miss a line or lose connections. You might lose jobs. You might lose your home. And at the end of the day, it's still the path you have to walk in order to find yourself and restore your soul's authority and your soul's essence and color and slither in this life. So I hope this helped. You can sit with the water for a bit and just let it sink in. I'm also going to alchemy because I'm also feeling a lot of emotions, and I think some of the sadness is also I'm channeling from the collective. So if you're feeling like me crying right now, just cry, let it out. I'm sitting here at the beach. Some people are looking at me weird, but I do not give a fuck. If it's emotion, I'm going to cry and I'm going to let it out and I'm going to feel through it and work through it and alchemize it. I'm going to go take a little walk in the water and I also connect with Mother Earth and allow her to magnetize and cleanse my energy and restore my energy. And I'm also going to ask that anyone who connects with this message receive the same soothing, encouraging, healing wave of light and joy, courage to go further, no matter how hard it's going to seem, no matter how tough it's gonna be. We can do it, and we have to start now, because the only other choice is staying in a world, in a place where everyone is miserable, no one is their true selves, no one is enjoying life, no one is living or thriving, everyone is just surviving, everyone is against everyone, racism galore, sexism galore, and all of that we don't have to live like that. We don't have to hate others, we don't have to judge others, we don't have to be envious of others, because each and every one of us came here with a special set of skills and gifts and light. And if you steal or envy from others, you're just depriving us of your true essence and your unique and magnificent and beautiful sense. So please, 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 if you receive this message, go on this journey, be bold, be courageous, you're not alone, and start the journey back to yourself, back inside of you, to heal, to reconnect. What did you love to do as a child? Who are you without all the gimmicks, without money, without status, all of it? Who are you truly? Ask yourself that, and then start moving, step by step, one day at a time. Don't pressure yourself to be perfect or to get it right away. Sometimes it takes years, sometimes you procrastinate out of fear, and that's all part of being human. The most important thing is you keep going. You always keep going, you keep looking forward, you keep working, you keep reminding yourself to be you, truly you. Yeah. Feel better already. Feel the calm and the soothing. I'm gonna go and take a walk on on the water for a bit. I'm gonna do a personal ritual for cleansing and restoration and protection during this retrograde season, because this is the first time that a retrograde has been hitting me so hard. So hard. And I'm a retrograde baby. I was born in 5 retrogrades, so normally retrogrades are my groove, my thing. I thrive in retrogrades. This is the first time I've hit so many walls that I have to go through and clear out, which shows me that if I'm being hit this hard, then I can't even imagine how all the other human babies out there are being hit. So no, you're not alone, your guides are with you. And on that note, if you stayed for this long, thank you for staying for this long and for hanging out. Just a couple of announcements. Like I said at the beginning of my video, I'm gonna do three videos are coming up. One is a Q&A reading. I channeled a few messages to help guide in 7 aspects: health, love, career, family, amongst other things and issues. It will be timestamped. I hope I can make it to upload it today. If not, tomorrow morning it will be online. And then for the weekend, I'm planning Sunday, because Sunday is always my healing and cleansing day and self-care day. I'm gonna do a ritual. The first ritual will be a cleansing ritual. I'm going to do an egg cleanse for the collective. So if you feel like it, then just tune in. And I will guide you then through it. And for the next one, it will be a clarifying ritual, so that after the cleansing, we also get a clarifying assistance to help us navigate after clearing out the debris and anything holding us back, that we then get assistance in where do we go, how do we connect to our higher selves to get set on the right path, to choose the right path and start walking it, no matter how tough, how unsure we may feel, how tough it may be, how unwinding, or probably how there is probably not going to be any path at all, because many of us haven't walked their paths at all, so they're overgrown. So we're going to have to start chopping away those bushes and walking and finding our path and creating it, and in doing so, hopefully also being the guides for the next generations that come after us, so that they can maybe be able to use our paths up to an extent until they have to also forge off into their own paths. So, which is, I'm hearing, the next important thing. If you don't live your authentic self, if you don't do what you were put here to do on this earth, you are also potentially blocking the path of the souls coming after you, who made the contract or the agreement that you would be like a lighthouse for them, and that you would be the one to pioneer the path, and they could use you as a jumping board to then go off on their paths. So yeah, we are all interconnected. We are all, it's like a net, and that net needs to grow and within each other, enforce each other, strengthen each other. I feel like the waves are also underlying those the message. So yeah, thank you guys, whoever tuned in, for staying, for tuning in. I hope this message helps. I look forward to the channeled readings, and I look forward to anyone who joins as well. And until then, stay safe out there, take care of yourself, take care of the loved ones close to you, take care of Earth. Know that you are loved, you are magnificent, you're never alone, and you're protected. And so it is. See that lonely OGs over there? Paddling through the waves? That's each and every one of you right now. You're paddling through the waves. Alone. For now. Only for now. Bye-bye. See you next time.